It's Friday night, live improv from New York City and beyond. I don't know why I wanted to add that. I got a great cast for you tonight. We got JodyLee, and I got Sandi, and I got Don, and Steve, and Anya, and Mike, and Amanda, and Taylor, and Stephanie, and Bridget, and they're all here. And they're wonderful, and you're here, and you're even more wonderful because you're with us. First game of the night, we're going to play a game called Goon River. Oh, you know what? Let's get what's a big event in the life of a small town? Anybody can yell.
Homecoming?
Homecoming, yes, homecoming. This was an interesting homecoming, because it was a contentious event in Goon River. Some people were for it, and some people were against it. Take a second now, and you might want to rename yourselves right there on the screen, because we are about to meet all the fascinating people that once upon a time lived in Goon River. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Let me start with you. I know that the names on the screen are a little bit screwed up, but your name right now says J. Oh, wow! It's like magic. Marissa May Hurley. Marissa May Hurley. Tell us about yourself and what you did in Goon River, and if you are for or against homecoming.
Well, first of all, it's not Marissa, it's Marisa.
Gotcha, Marisa.
Marisa May, actually. Or M&M's if you're a good friend. So I was homecoming queen last year. And so I was all ready to crown this year's winner. And it's been an exciting week leading up to homecoming. Oh my goodness. You know, I graduated last year, and I've been attending the junior college down the road a piece.
Right.
And taking homemaking, because of course that's the only thing a young lady like myself, that's the only thing I really need is some good homemaking skills.
Sure, Marisa, I'm a little confused. You were homecoming queen last year. You've graduated. You're not even in high school anymore, and then you said you were also homecoming queen this year.
No, I'm prepared to crown this year's queen, because that is what happens, sir.
My apologies. I'm sure it'll be a lovely event, and
Do you not know how this works?
I'm Canadian, so I'm figuring it out as we go. Let's ask Bobby Sue McDonald. Tell us about yourself and what your deal is here in Goon River.
I am a senior this year, and I am in contention to get that crown away from Marisa. Marisa thinks she's going to hold on to it, that there isn't anybody that can get it that's still in school, but I am in contention. I was in the court last year. I was in the court for the last 3 years. It is my turn to be homecoming queen.
Oh.
I'm a cheerleader too, so it's natural to be. Vote for Barbara Sue.
Oh, great! I look forward to seeing your pom poms later. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm sorry. I seem to have offended David Esteward. Esteward? David, how do I say your name? Esteward?
I'm not going to tell you.
What?
I don't say.
Oh, well, tell us about yourself and what you do in Goon River, and if you're for or against homecoming.
Well, I'm a comedian.
Are you an actor?
That's right. I'm the only comedian. Well, I'm the only official comedian. Actually, I'm also in the Book of Records as a comedian, which there are very few that have been in our history, but we do have a proud family, the Esteward family.
Sure.
And we all, of course, have been comedians.
Right.
And I am now the prime running comedian.
prime running comedian. I've heard that there is such a thing, and that's not totally made up. How do you feel about Homecoming that's coming home soon?
I'm happy for someone to come home, but I don't really favor either of the contestants because my daughter is actually the one that really should be the queen.
We will keep an eye out for that. Sounds like there's a little bit of contention over the crown. Baxter McPherson, tell us about yourself, what you do in the town, and if you're for or against Homecoming.
Well, I'm a senior too, and it seems to me that this homecoming is just a waste of time and money.
Really?
Yeah, yes. They're out there renting them limos and buying them dresses and tuxes, and there's too much happening in the world to do this homecoming stuff.
With a name like McPherson, there's no question that you're frugal, because that's what the Scottish are like.
Exactly.
Frugal makes sense. Hey, Patricia May, make our day and say what you say. What do you do? And are you for or against Homecoming?
That is a little bit complicated because I own the only hair salon here, and I'm in charge of the hair. But I hear all the talk, and I have had it with the homecoming. The talking behind the back, the tearing of the hair. I cannot take it anymore. And besides, my two little girls were supposed to be the homecoming queens, and they weren't chosen. And you know why they weren't chosen?
What? I don't.
They weren't chosen because we are Irish.
Oh, I see. There's an anti-Irish thing going on. Still, you got to figure with everybody getting their hair done, I'm betting you're making bank while the sun shines.
Well, that's why I cannot be against it because I need the box.
Oh, of course. Okay. Skip, wrench it. Tell us about yourself, what you do, and all about Homecoming.
Well, goodness, I'm so excited to tell you that I run the auto repair shop, Skip's Auto Repair,
Sure.
here in Golden River.
Sure.
And we're a favorite hangout for all the fellas, between jobs and after jobs and before jobs. My garage is always open. We have some coffee, so Baxter stops by, David stops by. We have a good old time. But the real deal is that my daughter Bobby Sue is in the running this year, and I believe she is gonna take home the crown. So I am very much pro Homecoming.
Oh, dynamite. All right. Well, good luck to both of you in that. Marla Shepherd, do tell us about yourself.
Oh, sorry. I was off in another world. I own the local boutique makeup shop in this town. And I think it's always very important to look your best.
So I'm assuming that with Homecoming coming, you and Patricia May are making a lot of trips to the bank, laughing the whole way.
Yes, it's a very profitable time for us here in the beauty industry, but I also have a horse in the race, so I try to stay impartial.
Oh, really? Who's your horse?
Well, it's little Bobby Sue as well. Skip and I used to be lovers.
Oh, you don't hear that term so often anymore. Lovers. It's very graphic.
Yeah, it's a bit European.
It is. It's a little European. Dynamite. Ms., I hope I'm saying this right, because it really looks like Picklesmeyer.
It's actually Picklesheimer.
Picklesheimer. Okay.
Thank you for your attempt.
I took a shot at it.
You did take a shot. That's true. I'm actually the teacher in charge of Homecoming.
Oh, dear.
The floats. Which football team will make our football team look good? So we schedule a win. All of the drama.
So they schedule the football. Wow, that seems like a lot of.
It's so much work. Not to mention the floats, the correct music for the band, and of course I have to oversee what the young people are, let's say, adorning themselves with.
Right.
We need to make sure that this is a respectable event.
Right. That totally makes sense. You don't want too much of the old. Ugh. Makes sense because they're young. Um, in my notes, the next person I'm talking to, his name's Xylophone. Normally, that's a thing, but you're a person. Xylophone, tell us about your personage.
I am a person. I am the local fortune teller. And I know, well, I was the local fortune teller. And I know who will win before they win.
Oh, really?
I know Bobby Sue thinks she's going to win. She thought she was going to win. And Marissa May thought she was going to hand over the crown.
Don't tell us too much.
I will
Don't tell us too much because I'm taking bets.
I will not.
I don't want to give
Your palm so I can tell your future.
my palm.
$20, please. $20.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll table that, and I'll come back to it in round two.
I'm sensing something in the future, though. Okay.
You see something in the future.
I do.
I do too. Something is going to happen in the future.
Okay.
I'm going to go to. I'm sorry. Are we boring you, Nicole? Is that a? Is this?
You know, this is really not my thing. This is Bobby Sue's thing.
Sure.
And, you know, not everybody realizes how frustrating it is to have your older sister as a cheerleader and like the star of the squad and set up to be the homecoming queen, and your dad is out telling everybody how great she is and how, oh, my little girl, she's going to be the homecoming queen. Well, fuck that shit.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I am so sick of this fucking homecoming thing, and I have no interest in talking about it, or all you people who think it's so important in this little one-horse town. Screw it.
Wow. Okay, we respect your outburst. I'm trying to be new age. Dynamite. Okay, so it's nice that we've met you all. That's wonderful. I want to skip ahead to the day before homecoming. I know that a lot of you got together and some of you were working. I'm not going to tell your story for you. Let's start with you, Skip. Tell me what happened, what you did the day before homecoming.
Oh my goodness, it was so fun. Went with Bobby Sue to get her gown, and we went shopping for a corsage. Baxter had come over early in the morning. We had a little coffee. David and I came. We was talking. You know, David and I, we do a little exchange. I fix his car. He gives me some comedy lessons. So we had a little chat going on, and we got all excited. I picked out a new shirt down at the boutique for myself. I even treated myself to a little fortune telling, and things are looking up.
Things were looking up. Sounds like a great day before. Baxter, what were you up to the day before homecoming?
Well, Skip let us come on over, and then after he left, I called up Nicole and see if she wanted to come down and help out with that Mustang we was working on.
Sure.
Yeah. And that was kind of fun.
Oh, was it now? Well, talk to Nicole about that. Nicole, talk about the day before homecoming, if you will.
Well, you know, I've got no interest in getting all dressed up and worrying about that stuff. I'd much rather work on a car. And you know, Baxter's so good at it. He's just like, he's like a guru. And he's teaching me everything he knows. It's really great.
Let me ask, do you and Baxter have a little thing going on?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think we're putting labels on it.
I'm not going to pry. That's one of the things that I don't do. Marissa May, when you first told us what was going on at homecoming, you didn't tell us about all the controversy and all the drama. What were you doing the day before homecoming?
Well, it's really you want to hear this.
Well, of course, yes. That's why we're here.
Okay, so the deal is the current homecoming queen extorts the future homecoming queens, and the highest bidder takes the crown.
I knew
What? This is a scandal. This is a scandal of epic. Oh no, I can't shush. I'm going right to Mrs. Pick.
No.
Oh yeah. I'm going to tell Mrs. Pickilla.
She gets a cut.
What? I just heard Ms. Pickillismer.
Pickle Simer.
Pickalater.
Pickle Simer. And yes, I take a cut. And yes, I know who's going to win way before. And so, of course, I naturally include xylophone in it because I get a cut of her little, I get a piece of that pie too. And, it's such a busy day the day before. I've got to run around and make sure that everybody's got their money, so I go by Skip and make sure all of the floats are working well. And then I have to talk to David and make sure that the comedy is appropriate for our studio or, the whole stadium audience.
Yeah. You're burying the lead that you take a cut for that who's going to win, that's bought and paid for.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you're also talking over my spot. I'm supposed to be talking, and Pickles just goes on and on and on.
Well, I got your information, Marisa May. I got you.
You think you did, huh? Fine.
Well, if you
put up with on the day before, it's incredible, and I got to calm all these put these fires out.
Okay.
It's awful.
I hear you. Okay, Marisa May, you said you had more. Now's the time.
So this year's bidding was especially difficult. I mean, I only have last year's to judge by. I mean, last year, Alicia May Elaine got $5,000 from me that she used to buy a new nose.
Alicia May is.
She is not here. She has gone on with her new nose, and she got a little scholarship at the junior college, and she got married and has moved on.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there because the story here and I'm going to stop you because you're the one that let the whole cat out of the bag that this thing is rigged. So you wait right there. I'm going to come to you again.
You don't want to know who bid?
I do not. No, I'm going to get to the bottom of this because I no longer trust you, madam.
That's a good call.
I am so sorry, but now that I've heard all these rumors, I'm moving on. And I
wanted to know.
I am going to move on to Bobby Sue. Bobby Sue, were you aware that this was rigged?
No, I was not. I have been working my heart out, working my arms out, working my body out so I could do the best cheer, to look the best. And yes, my daddy took me shopping after Baxter left after the coffee this morning. And then, my sister Nicole. Oh my God, she is always I try to pave the way for her being a little bit of older sister so she can follow in my footsteps, be popular and everything. But she doesn't want that. And what does she do? Baxter was mine. She went and stole him just because she likes to get her hands greasy.
Wait. So you just found that this thing is rigged and you're more worried about your sister than...
Well, matters of the heart have a high priority.
Okay.
But I'm going to just look super. And I know my daddy is a big wig in this town. And my mama, if my mama doesn't like anybody, they ain't getting no makeup.
Okay.
For sure.
I'm going to move on. I want to talk to Marla. Marla, I know a lot is going on here all simultaneously. Please tell me what you were up to the day before.
Why, certainly. And may I just say, this is the first I am hearing about any rigged competition. But we'll move on from this. We will move on. Now, I went down to Patricia's little salon,
Mhm.
because Patricia and I, we've got a little beauty package combo going on for homecoming.
Yeah.
So we were just ironing out the details of that, and we were pretty much busy most of the afternoon while God knows what else was going on around us.
Okay. So you guys were pretty much just keeping your head down and making bank, and I appreciate that. While all of this was going, I'm quite upset about all of this. Patricia, let's talk to you for a second. Tell me about the day before. I understand you were working arm in arm together with Marla.
Yeah, until about 6 p.m. I think it was around 6 p.m. It was getting a little dark. And then Miss Meyer came and she asked me who came to do their hair. And I told her who did. And she said, great, because I want you to mess up their hair. And then she flashed some money.
This is egregious. And did you take it?
Well, I did.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to talk to one of the other guilty parties. Xylophone. I understand that you're one of the ways you see the future is you take money to make it happen. What were you doing the day before?
Well, my senses are open when the money is flowing. Let me just tell you, David Asturd does become the prime running comedian.
We already know that. You're telling us things in the future that we already know.
Oh, there's been a Baxter and Nicole, a Baxter and Bobby. Did you know that? And a Baxter and Marissa.
I don't understand that last sentence.
And, well, right now there's a Baxter and Nicole.
Yeah. Baxter and Nicole.
Right now, Nicole is trying to get Nicole Baxter to text. I'm sensing a text. I'm sensing a text coming. Oh, a text is coming in. And she's reading the text. And Bobby is trying to end the affair for her sister.
You might have something here. You know, a lot of people tell the future, but you seem to be very good at telling the present.
Patricia May's daughter does not. Sorry, wait, I had it backwards. It's Marla's daughter does not win.
I'm super confused. So here's what I want to do. I want to go to David now. You can always trust a comedian to put things into perspective. Please be our Jon Stewart, David. Put it all in perspective for us.
Well, ever since Xylophone and I started telling the future, it's changed my whole approach to humor. And so I was working on my blog. I wanted you to know if you like this joke. Now, what I have found is that when I tell a joke, I don't have to tell the second part or the punchline because that's in the future.
Oh my God.
So here, see if you like this one, okay? A blonde that was a brunette because she had gone to the Patricia's hair salon, a teacher that cheats, an auto repairman, and an old guy walk into a restaurant. Then the...
Oh, this
Get it?
That's,
Get it?
that's okay.
Get it?
We're gonna call America's Got.
I don't have to do the second part of the joke.
Okay, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that joke. Hey, I want to go to Baxter McPherson because something happened at homecoming. Something big happened at homecoming, and you all remember the moment in homecoming where the disaster struck. So let's start off with Baxter. What happened at homecoming?
Yeah, well, got that stang that Nicole helped me put together, and decided to go ahead and crash homecoming. But I guess I did something to Nicole because she made it so that I really crashed into the wall, straight to the wall, smack. 66 Mustang gone. I'm crushed under the engine.
No brakes or
Nothing. It just went straight into fifth gear and went wham, and I'm just sort of like a puddle of goo now.
oh, that's too bad. That is
Not like a sumbitch, I tell you that though.
Nicole, and now you've changed your status to swinging single, but tell us what happened to you. You killed Baxter, and then what?
I was so angry with him. I was so angry with him. And then it felt so awful. It felt like the worst person in the world. And I went to tell Bobby Sue about it, but she was so in her thing, and I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't bear. And I couldn't. So I just went out the back of the house and forgot to look where I was going and fell down into a pool. And the pool was empty for being painted, and I cracked my head open.
That is awful. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that happened. Bobby Sue, something happened to you that day too. What happened?
Well, Baxter was supposed to be leading the homecoming parade. But who knew my mean little sister was going to screw his brakes.
Dead.
And when he crashed into the wall, it made the head float with me and Marissa, and I just toppled over and I went underneath calling for my mama the whole time. And I just, hanging on to life, but the other floats behind it kept running over me. Glunk, glunk, glunk. And finally, I just died on the street.
And wow, that was awful. And wait, so there was a witness, Marissa May. You were on the float at the time. What happened to you?
Well, I survived this particular incident. And I have to tell you that we had some really spirited bidding this year for the title. And I had in my pocket over $100,000. And so I got off the float and went to find old Pickle Puss, divide up, give her little share.
Sure.
And ungrateful thing that she is, she decided this was her year to retire. And so she stuck a knife between my ribs and she took that entire $100,000 from me and left me bleeding in the street there at the homecoming parade. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, what a terrible way to.
You got shanked to death by Mrs. Pickle for $100.
Yes.
Left right there in the street. Ms. Pickle. Go ahead.
I bled out right there in the street, screaming, thief, stop that thief. Oh, and no one paid me the least bit of attention. Too much else was going on.
And somehow you died from that.
I bled out right there in the street.
Sense to me, that would be the result of a shanking. All right, Ms. Pickles.
Picklesheimer.
Pickles Lightenston.
Fine, whatever. Yeah.
You stabbed poor Marissa.
Yeah.
What happened then?
She double-crossed me, so of course I stabbed her. I mean, come on. You don't steal from a thief. We all know that. So I took the money and ran, basically, except she was bleeding a lot, so I slipped and fell, and now I was covered in blood, and I had to go change my clothes and get my hair done, because red shines out in this stuff. So I ran over to Patricia May, and, well, let's just say Patricia was a little upset that she didn't get quite the cut she was hoping to. And so she, after frying my hair, fried me. She electrocuted me. So yeah, it happens.
You were electrocuted by Patricia May. You electrocuted Ms. Pickle Stickle.
Pickle Simer.
Pickle Stickle.
Whatever.
Well, she well deserved it for the cut she gave me. But when I took the iron and it started to frizzle her hair, I wanted to make sure that the money she gave me wouldn't get into the water. So I picked it out and I electrocuted myself too.
Oh, if you live by the sword, you die by the electric hair curling iron. Xylophone, tell me the truth. Did you see that coming?
Well, I was just going to say that after David, the funniest comedian, still alive at the time, came to visit me, I got a vision and I got my crystal ball. And as I had it held over my head and I watched Pickle Simer stab Marissa and then Patricia fry Pickle Simer, who had the money, I ran to make sure I found the money. And I was saying, see the vision, see, this is the future. Give me my cut. I slipped on the cord of the curling iron and the crystal ball hit me in the head and I fell back and
Oh dear. Kind of the revenge of the crystal skull there.
I wasn't able to see myself die because the crystal ball slipped.
Irony. Curling irony. See what I just did there? You know who'd be proud of me? David. David, see how I turned that into a joke? What
Yes, I heard that. I was
that day?
Yeah, no, I'm well, you know, isn't Xylophone pretty the way she did that?
She was dying. She was doing a dying bit.
Well, you know, some of us can do it better than others. So, well, you know, Mrs. Pickle Schmickle gave me a job, and I thought that I was going to be in the float, but no, as a matter of fact, I ended up being in a little stage on the back, and I was doing my jokes, and it's not the worst thing in the world because I'm not afraid of dying. As a matter of fact, I die every night. But I did this joke, and I actually died in the middle of the joke.
Just died.
Just like that. On the little stage.
You know
with
what?
3 people watching.
It's
paid $3 to see me.
It's how every comedian wants to go. At least you were getting paid. All right, I want to talk to the ex-lovers. Let me start first with Marla. What happened to you that day?
Well, I was just on my nightly walk, like I always do to keep myself in such good shape. And I noticed some smoke billowing out of the salon. So I ran over there, very concerned for my friend, my friend. And I saw a scene of horror, of pure horror. And now there were flames going, and I had just had my hair lacquered for the special occasion.
Sure.
Well, I went up like a pile of kindling, and that was it.
Yeah, for anybody watching at home, lacquering your hair I don't think should be a thing. I think it's dangerous, kids. Don't do it at home. And you know who should have known that? If you work in a garage, you know all about dangerous chemicals. Surely, Skip, you would have told Marla somewhere along the way not to lacquer her hair.
Yeah. I wish I was that close. It was that close. We were just on the phone.
You were on the phone at the moment. So what happened to you that day?
Well, that's what happened. I was on the phone, and we were talking about. I found out this news about Bobby Sue and my beloved daughter fooling around with Baxter, who betrayed me, and I was I was going to run with Marla. We were going to go rescue our girls. And I walk out and there's all this money flying out in the main street there right next to the shop. $100 bills. And I see Bobby Sue under the wheel of the.
It was gruesome.
Boat. It was horrible. And I wept and I wept and I tried to pull her out, but I couldn't pull her out. And I looked over and I saw David clutching his heart and falling off the float. And I went to grab him and I missed him by that much. And then I ran to the salon because the only person that I knew that was alive was my beloved Marla. And I walked into the salon just in time to see her beautiful hair on fire. And I threw myself on top of the burning corpses in there. That's how I died.
That's disgusting. Wow. But in tragic. I meant tragic. What I meant was tragic and really disgusting. Thank you so much for coming to us from the great beyond and telling us what happened in Goon River on homecoming. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Give you a big round of applause for coming and watching. We're going to be back with more improv in just a minute. You hang in right there. You hang in there, right? Hang in. That's what you should do.